Hello and welcome to another episode of the Untold. This is the show where we bring you the stories of extraordinary people and their extraordinary talents. For today's episode, Marzouk, we have a very special guest. His name is Abdulrazzaq AlHindi. He's a graffiti artist who specializes in, guess what?
What?
Spray painting about space.
That's really awesome. Space could be very universal, very big, and I think like to draw something in that, you should be creative.
Yeah, and the thing about space is that because it is something that not a lot of people have seen, it is something that we only know through technology. It really opens the headspace for imagination. And I think he's going to be talking to us about that.
For imagination and creativity. And as soon as you know his nickname, you're gonna definitely think about that. His name is Abdulrazzaq, and there's definitely a story behind that name that's connected to space. So if you would like to know more, stay tuned and watch the full episode.
And we're back with Abdulrazzaq AlHindi, who's a graffiti artist who specializes, I want to say, in space spray. Did I get that right?
Spray paint art, yes.
For spray paint artist.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to ask you, well, first of all, thank you for joining us.
You're all absolutely welcome, and I'm actually, it's an honor to be at this show, actually.
Yeah. I want to get into, I think, the most important question I have for me personally. Your nickname, Abdulrazzaq.
Yes.
That is such a, great nickname. And you did mention behind the cameras that your friends gave it to you.
Yeah, one of my best friends gave me this nickname. So it's a mix between my name as Razi, which is given to me by my instructor when I was in college. He said my name is too long, Abdulrazzaq. You know what? I'm gonna call you Razi from now on. So everyone who know me calls me Razi. Okay. So with the space, what's something that can be relatable to me, and can be also as my artist name as well.
Yeah.
So I'm searching, I'm not finding anything. So one of the days I was sitting with my friend at his house, and he told me, why don't you make your name as Astro from the word astronomy. So Abdulrazzaq, this is nice.
It's catchy.
It's catchy, and it has some balance to it, and it's also relatable to my art as well.
Yeah.
So that's how the name became.
And I know that you are really interested in like space from the nickname that you got.
Yeah.
So what drove you to learn about like space and paint into
Space was amazing. I actually came about this art by an accident. I saw a fellow of my artists and friends as well. He painted a planet, and it has a ring to it. I still remember the post. It was an orange planet with a blue ring. I was like, what is this art? I'm always searching for an art that is full of colors, and I can play with it however I want.
Yeah.
So I talked to my friend, what is this art? Teach me, how can I do it? And he told me all about the basics, how to use the spray paint while painting, and how to make the planet itself. From there, I took off, just like the rocket itself,
Like
I can say.
It's a great analogy.
I took off literally. I was just like painting about 60 per day, 60 paintings per day.
Wow.
I was like really
Dedicated and motivated to do it.
exactly. I was motivated, and it was like an addiction to me, just like to play with colors and to create in space itself.
You basically found your calling.
Exactly. So from there, one of my friends told me to study the space. So I googled, what is the space, what is the planet, what is the solar system, what are the different the kind of things are in space, rocks, gases,
Stars.
different type of stars, different kind of galaxies, everything. So in about 6 months period, I studied almost like everything I needed to know.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And I know like space is really something very big and universal. Was
Yeah.
there like something you like got your interest and you wanted like to know more about and learn,
Oh, the
or maybe like
gas.
draw more about?
How to draw the gases, how to draw the gases of the space, like when, like the stars itself. So when the star are created, as just like it absorbs all the gases.
Yeah.
So that's how it's just like
Form.
it form or their life cycle.
Okay.
Okay, so it just absorbs gases, and the gases has its own color.
Yeah.
So we're talking about nitrogen, oxygen, the potassium itself. What else? There is other kinds as well. So each of these gases has its own color.
Yeah.
So when the star itself, let's say, explode or dies, all of the gases
Comes out of it.
comes out
Yeah.
of it, and it creates this nubulas.
Beautiful painting.
No, it's nubula, which is almost like the gases itself.
The gas system.
Almost like a gas cloud.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's a gas cloud. So it will be layers on, just like you will see the pink and some greens, some blues,
Gradually.
just like
Yeah.
all of them in. It seems as it's
Like mixing in each other, right?
mixing in each other, but still to this day I don't know how to draw it.
It's like an artwork.
It is.
Yeah.
It's part of what Allah created,
Yeah.
and that's what amazes me. That some of the things we actually can't paint or draw. You just have to mesmerize it. That's all. You have to just look
And
at
you
it.
know, I think I read somewhere that these space gases are not appear to the naked eye. So you gotta use your imagination to the utmost high level to
Yes.
paint them.
You can use that, and you can use also some of the picture you have. You find it online, and you can also improvise a lot
Yeah.
about my art as well. So I can improvise a lot. So that gives me more freedom, just like to play around, to create more.
Without any restrictions.
Exactly.
And regarding like the process and the drawing that you do,
Ooh.
tell us about like a specific process that you enjoy the most.
Painting the space. Painting the space is the most satisfying thing to me, because I'm not in this world anymore. Literally, I just like disconnect from the
It's like
reality.
you're there when you're painting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happens to me actually is my mind and my hand connect, and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
After I finish, I was like, what did I just do? I have no idea.
You felt like you were in another time frame, another.
In my zone, like in another universe. I have no idea about.
You know, there's actually this is something scientific, and I
Mhm.
know because I read about it. I read about mostly because they use it for sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally called in the zone.
Oh
that
yeah.
People kind of black out, but they bring the utmost best level of them, and they produce
Awesome.
their work, and that's what they call in the zone. That's why sometimes you see a player in the field doing exceptional work, and then he goes out and he's like, "Hey, how are you so good?" And he's like, "I was just in the zone."
Well,
It's actually scientific.
it seems
Wow.
like a super saiyan, you know?
Yeah.
This is my first time knowing about it,
Yeah.
which is being in the zone. Every time I paint space, I'm literally in
You
the
lock
zone.
in.
I'm locked in from the outside world.
Yeah. And I want to go for just a little bit behind, all of the artwork itself for you as the artist. I want to go for you as a child. Like, how were you as a child, and how did creativity find your way to it? Because, mashallah, you're,
Thank you.
because I saw your account, your drawings, painting, is it painting?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're painting stuff that are really magical, I would say.
Thank
And I say that because I do love space. So how did all of this find its way to you?
It actually started pretty late. My childhood didn't have much of art, but I was. It was, I think, when I was 18 when I introduced to art, which
The
is
first
very
time?
late.
Oh.
Yeah, very late.
So you didn't learn as a kid?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was in my high school, in my last year of high school.
That's really impressive.
I didn't study art. I didn't study art. I didn't study the academic stuff. of art.
Yeah, like the structure,
The
and
structure,
rules, and yeah.
I have no idea about them. Everything that I learned about art is through experience
Experience. I think that's the way to go with art.
and experiment. Yes.
Yeah, because when I was in school, I tried to learn art, and
Mm-hmm.
then especially drawing faces, and then I learned there are rules. Like there are
Oh.
boxes, some kind of
Circles.
formula,
Annoying.
and that just makes all art the same. So I think your approach is way better representation of art.
My art is based on how to draw the randomness, because what we know about space is literally like about 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we know is what we know, literally. That's all. But speak of the different kind of art, like you say, the drawing of faces, which is called portrait.
Portrait.
Yeah, portrait, or the autonomy, drawing the body.
Yeah.
It has to be structured, it has to be ruled, it has to be
Specific details.
which is a lot of work for me. I'm
Free spirit kind of way.
free spirit, you can say. I like to get things done fast, and while I'm doing it fast, I'm enjoying it. Like to me, half an hour or 1 hour is almost like 3 years in my mind.
Wow.
Well, like when you enter the zone, you
It's
have you disconnect yourself from the reality itself.
Yeah.
So whatever timeline you're going to, you're going there.
It's
When
like
I
a
return,
time capsule.
yeah, when I return, I just spent like half an hour or an hour. I was like, wow, what did I just do? You know?
Yeah.
And I can see like the passion in your eyes. But was there like a moment where you thought painting is not like your call, or something like you cannot pursue anymore? And what pulled you back?
Yes, it happened one time actually. 2018. It was Mawahib Expo, which is the last Mawahib Expo. I was like, it's been I think 4 years into art. Like I was pursuing art,
Okay.
and I wasn't enjoying it much. Okay. So it's part of I'm not enjoying it, and also I'm not profiting. Like I'm wasting my money, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my energy on it. So at the first day of this expo, I said if I didn't sell anything, like my art is not appeal to the public,
It's not worthy. That's my thought.
it's not worth it anymore. So the first 15 minutes, I sold my first painting.
Oh,
So actually, I did almost like a bet between me and myself. If I didn't sell anything, I'm gonna quit. Okay, this is the last time. I'm gonna find something else, different kind of hobby, different kind of music related, whatever. I can do that. So at the at the first 15 minutes, someone just like
Approach you.
broke my bet right away. I was like, okay, then I'm gonna continue pursuing art.
That's a good sign. That's mashallah. That's a barakah. Yeah. I think that reminds me of something. I think I heard it from the Batman movies, where he says it's always dark before dawn. You were really in a dark place before dawn came.
Yes. It was that. It was at that time. I was like, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Like you said, it's not worth it to spend so much time on it anymore. I'm
So
gonna
it kind of give you motivation to keep. doing
Yeah,
it.
because now you know that your art is wanted. So you want your art to be wanted by people, by the public itself. Someone will ask you.
Yeah.
That's how you know that you're doing. It's part of someone appreciating your art. Okay, so if it's appreciated, people will ask for your art.
Exactly.
If you're doing your art, let's say between you and yourself, that's your business. Okay, but in the end of the day, you want the people to be in love with your art.
You are adding a value.
Yes,
Yeah.
you add the value, but sometimes some of the values, like let's say the money values, okay, you need that as an artist.
Yeah,
we're not gonna play around.
Yeah.
You need that as an artist.
And I think before we go on a break, the key message here is that it's finally good to have people be proud of something that you feel about yourself.
Yes, and
Yeah.
people actually, one of the things that I learned, when you fall in love with your art, people will fall in love with your art.
Yeah.
Once they see your passion, they will say like, yeah, I want that too as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit contagious.
Yeah, and on that note, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll come right back.
And we are back with our creative artist,
Thank you.
Abdulrazzaq. Hello again.
Hello, hello.
I know sometimes when you paint a painting, there are something you would like people to see, just beyond like the end result.
Yes, it's so when I paint sometimes or most of the times, okay, what I see is different from what people see. So what I see is the planet, the space, the stars, which is the basics.
Yeah.
What other people see is depend on their imagination.
Okay.
So I do the simplest thing, and I put the name that is related to whatever I was feeling at that moment for the painting, and I let the people explore their imagination or explore the painting through their imagination,
Through their perspective.
Yeah.
from their perspective, and they tell me in the comment, I see like that, I see something like this. One of the painting I did was I call it the galaxy with I think tiger.
With tiger.
Yeah, I
That's
think
very creative.
yeah, I think with tiger fur or something like this.
Okay.
So I paint. There was actually a poster and just like a wooden board. Okay, it has the tiger skin or the fur itself.
The pattern, the black.
Yeah,
and orange.
the orange and the black. So I just painted a galaxy on top of that, and in the center I put just like a huge star, like sparkling star in the center. And people have seen different kind of things, which is different from what I'm seeing.
Okay.
They are seeing different kind of stuff. I was like, what are they seeing? It's just like the tiger fur and the galaxy.
Because art really brings stuff from us. Because I
Yes.
remember there was a controversial art piece. I forgot which country it was, but it was just a white background and a single black dot on it.
Oh,
Yeah. And then the art is very simple, but the idea behind is that everyone that looks at it is gonna interpret differently.
yes,
So
yes.
art is very open for interpretation. I think that's what you're trying to get to.
Yes, yes. It happens sometimes with me. It happens sometimes with me, and sometimes I do something. If I did it on purpose, it
Yeah.
won't happen. But it happens while I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
It happens like that. Sometimes I will be drawing a face through the spread of stars and the gas cloud, the space itself. Sometimes I'll be doing different kind of things that only in my imagination I'm doing, but I do it on the wall or I do it in a painting without me knowing about it.
I know, like sometimes time could be consuming, and you don't realize like what you are doing
Exactly.
until like you finish.
Yeah.
And talking about like time, how you are able to manage between like your work and also your passion towards.
It's actually my work right now is funding my art. So that's how I think about it. That it's helped me to fund my art, fund my supplies, fund my also my time. It helped me to be more stable throughout my art. So that's how it's helped me. Maybe sometimes my work takes a lot of time and energy that I don't have much time for my art. But every time I try to balance it out.
Yeah, and I think, you say that locally it's a bit troublesome, but thankfully now with the influx of social media and online, it can counterbalance all of it, right? Or are we still not there yet?
No, we're still not there yet. If you do a full-time, being an artist, full-time job, that's mean you have at least, you've been at least booked for a whole month.
Yeah, which is kind of hard.
Well, hard in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Because people would think, you know what, let me get a painting from any kind of shop, and it will be easier for me and more less
On budget cost.
yeah, but yeah, so that's mostly how they think.
Yeah.
Okay, some of the people, you know, why do I pay a fellow artist this type of money when I can just get a painting for this kind of price?
Sure. Sometimes this could really demotivate you, and sometimes like when you are working in like a full-time job,
Yeah,
it could be mentally draining, you know.
it is. It is.
So how do you find like the passion to keep going for drawing
I'll
again?
tell you the secret. I only paint when I'm physically drained or mentally drained.
You're always working on always working on extra time.
Because actually that's what gets the best out of me actually. Usually when I'm just like let's say if I had a bad dream and I woke up, the first thing that comes to mind, let's go paint.
It's like a way of releasing stress, you mean?
Releasing stress, and also sometimes the best out of me comes out when I'm like tired actually.
Interesting.
That's why when I give my utmost best, actually, that's how it happens. When I'm in good mood, nothing works.
Maybe it's because it's easier for you to kind of let your body do the work while you're mentally in a different place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So from there, I took this method. Yeah, like I always go to that method when I'm just like I'm physically tired or mentally tired. You know what? Let's go paint right now. This is the time. And I get the best result always.
That's an interesting way of doing things.
Thankfully. And you know, I want to go back to your process because you work on walls and you work on canvases.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say, what is your preferred kind of method? You know, what's more personal to you?
I would say, this is a tough question to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean, we only have the toughest questions on the Untold.
See, I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons of each between the canvas and the mural itself. The walls or the mural is more freedom. It's a bigger space,
Yeah.
so I can do more work and add more details, and the smallest details, the bigger details. I have more space and freedom. I can say it's always like that, and but with that it comes that mean I'm gonna need to spend a lot of my energy, and I'm gonna be more exhausted, like really exhausted, because when you paint on the wall you work your whole body. It's almost like a workout. Literally, I'm working my whole body. I have to do different kind of angles. I have to move my hand, my body, my
Mobility.
head. It has to be, and also when you, let's say I'm painting for 4 hours straight. Right now, my whole shoulder to my arm will go numb. I won't be able to feel it.
It's an exercise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So imagine doing that for 8 hours.
Do you sometimes count how many calories you
I wish, but I always forget. But for the canvas, let's say I can do from 2 hours to 8 hours, maybe more sometimes
And
on a wall.
no struggle on the hands and shoulders or.
No, it's a lot.
No, I mean canvases.
Yeah, for the canvas, no. It's half an hour to maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
Did you see the time difference?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's much easier. It's faster. I can do details. I can play with the canvas however I want. But it will be less, let's say, less stress on my body. Okay, and nice result.
And I think sometimes like time plays a crucial role. Like there are some orders, they want you with a specific time.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that?
It's actually easy. See, with the space, like I said, it's easier. It's much easier, different from the other art. So I can let's say if someone ordered from me, let's say a canvas or a painting. Okay. 2 days or maybe 2 days. Yeah, I will give it 2 days, just like 8 hours until the protection of the colors finishes. So I would give him the canvas. I would ask for 2 days. For the mural, I need at least a week, 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. What about the margin of errors? Like, if you make a mistake on the mural, is it harder or easier to fix than that of a canvas?
Everything's fixable with the spray paint. So let's say I did a mistake. It's easy to cover it, spray on it, and I can redo the step, whatever was the step that I stopped in it. On the wall, the same thing. Okay, for different kind of art, it's really hard. Like when you mess up with an oil painting, you need at least 3 days until the oil dries. Then you can fix it up.
Oh,
3 days. Just
Wow.
have to wait 3 days to fix up a mistake.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought working on canvas would be easier to fix than working on a wall.
Both of them are easier to fix, whatever the mistake, and some of the mistakes are actually the best result. Some of the
Definitely.
mistakes that I had is the best detail, actually.
I can relate to that. Like when I'm using Photoshop and then I do something, like I move a piece, it actually create like a piece of art that I didn't expect, you know?
Exactly.
And I just keep it.
It happens with me a lot. It
This-
happens with me a lot.
This reminds me of Bob Ross, if you know him. He's the guy with the afro who drew in the 70s and 80s. He said like in one of his videos when he's painting, he says in art there's no mistakes. It's all happy mistakes.
Happy mistake.
Yeah.
Yes, it is happy mistakes, and it's fun actually. So actually, one of the things actually created one of my best work. I don't remember it right now, but it created one of my best art pieces. Actually,
An accident.
an accident, an accident, just like that.
Interesting. And I know accident could happen, and some mistakes, they are happy mistakes. So if there was like any final advice you would like to give to the viewers who are watching us,
Just enjoy art, and play a lot. You need to play. You have to try different kind of art to see what is your calling, and just like enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. I can say enjoy it.
enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and we actually enjoy your company here in
Thank you.
and
Thank
the
you. I
Untold.
enjoyed as well.
Surazi, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, and I enjoyed as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, definitely. And now we're gonna go for a quick break, and then we're gonna be back. Unfortunately, space is really big, but we couldn't have like that big of time to discover it even more with Abdulrazzaq.
Yeah, you know, for this special episode, I was really intrigued in knowing his process. And the first thing he said is that he used to make 60 painting in a day. And I was like so surprised. And then on top of that, we found out that he's a full-time worker as well. He's an employee. So, you know, that amount of dedication and talent is so inspiring. It's so happy and so exciting to see.
Exactly, and I cannot ask him like, what's your motivation level? Because drawing for 60 painting a day,
Yeah.
that's really show how dedication that he has. And as soon as you find your purpose and passion, you will also have the same dedication. So I think until next time, they should work on their purpose and passion, so they can have that energy to pursue it and make it into something, a living they can gain from.
Yeah, I think his final words perfectly encapsulate this episode. If you are motivated about something, if you're passionate about something, you know, chase it. You can never know. It could be your calling, right? And with that, unfortunately, we've reached the end of the time we've had for the Untold. But until next time, goodbye.
And work on your dedication.